Knife Dope. More dope. Come and get your fix. What's up, fuckers? Your boy's back with a fresh batch of dope. KnifeDope. That's right, people. The hits don't stop. Do y'all recognize anything with these knives here on this KnifeDope studio desk? These are actually some of the knives that I have bought twice. Knife so nice, I bought it twice. We've actually had knives that I've bought 3 times, you know? Case in point, this Jack Wolf Knives Gunslinger. Bought 2 of them on batch 1 and ended up buying this one on batch 2. Now, you know, this is actually, when I say buy a knife twice, this is actually meaning the same goddamn knife twice. You know, I do a lot of shaking and moving, a lot of selling, a lot of swapping, all types of shit. You know, your boy's deep in these EDC streets. And we've had this same thing happen again. As a matter of fact, all 3 goddamn knives I'm about to show you just touched down again for the 2nd time in the collection. But just to kind of give you guys a reminder, one of the first knives I bought multiple times was this one right here, which is the Riot XOM. When they first dropped, I bought it. And then last year in 2023, right before Blade Show, I ended up selling it, and I regretted it instantly. At that time, they were hard. You couldn't find these fucking things anywhere. I ended up picking up the Mini at the Blade Show, but I ended up adding this one back to the collection sometime earlier this year. I absolutely love it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be working on a video a little bit of content where I'm going to compare head-to-head the gravity knife from Riot versus the gravity knife from Remet. So stay tuned for that. Then there was this one, which is a purchase I made this year. This is another Jack Wolf. This one is the After Hours Jack. Bought mine and sold the very first one, but I think I did that primarily because of the version I had gotten. I had gotten the, I'm trying to think what they call it. It was kind of like the Chinese version of the Arctic, you know, Nebula Fat Carbon, but just, you know, Chinese done. Did not like the way it looked as far as the inlay goes. Ended up selling it and then quickly realized how much I really do love this knife. So I actually reached out to Benny at Jack Wolf, who managed to help me track this one down. And so therefore, that was the 2nd time we had the After Hours in the collection. Then there's this one. Got this originally way back in 2022. This is the Kaiser Mini October. When they first dropped, there was major issues with the with lockout, you know. What I mean by that is if you even breathed on this fucking lock bar, you were not going to be able to deploy the knife. I actually ended up selling it, and then Kaiser did the unthinkable, and they, I'm assuming they might be discontinuing this model because they dropped the price down to about 85 bucks, and I had to give it another try, and man, oh man, am I glad I did. 20 CV blade steel. Love this pattern we got going on here on these titanium scales. I did replace the stock pocket clip with a milled Kaiser clip. Absolutely fantastic knife. Such a good ergo. You know, as far as your ergos goes, it just melts in the hand. Very reminiscent of the Hedgehog by Vosteed. Possibly the same designer, but don't quote me on that. And then most recently we had this one. How can we forget? The QSP Penguin Plus. Now this one was a little bit different because I didn't sell my original one. I actually gifted it to one of my boys, one of my sons, and then I realized that I did miss it, and of course you can't ask him for the knife. You know, I couldn't ask him to give it to me back, so I just decided to add it again to the collection. Now, as great as all those looks and as good as all this may sound, that ain't what we're here to talk about, people. Not at all. Got 3 more goddamn knives that are returning home to daddy, and so without further ado, let's get to the dope. All right, all right. First one on the list today is coming to me from the governor, Mr. Danny P. Now, Danny P is a good friend of mine at this point. Great guy. We actually met for the first time this year at Blade Show. And, you know, here we are today. Now, Danny has bought a few knives from me, you know, over the years. I think we've been kind of dealing with each other for about a year at this point. And this is one that I sold him because he had yet to experience the knife. And look, she's returning home to daddy. And it is an American-made knife. It is actually a McNees. And this one is the... Look at this motherfucker. Gotta love this guy. This one is because this is mine, actually. I had sold him this one, so this is the same exact one coming back home. This is the Mac 2, the 3-inch rendition. Oh, yes. Now, the detent feels a little bit lighter. But, you know, besides that, it looks just like it did when I sent it back, or when I sold it to him, I should say. You know, beautiful matte finish on the Magna Cum Laude drop point blade. I did replace the stock clip with that MXG Gear deep carry clip. When I first bought this knife, I thought it was too small, but then it actually grew on me. And when I ended up selling it, I did miss it. Wasn't in a rush to get it back in my collection, but him and I have managed to work out some things behind the scenes, which has allowed me to have it here back at KnifeDope Studios. Another reason why I really wanted to get this one back in the collection, if I'm being 100% honest with you, is because this was the last time that they were giving us these metallic COAs. You no longer get this metallic COA with these Mac 2s. So that was another reason why I kind of wanted to get this one back in the collection. So that is knife number 1 that has returned home to daddy. All right, let's see what else we got. This one is actually a Facebook trade that I just did. This was done with Mr. Don Kern. I've done about 2 deals with Mr. Don. So far, we've never had no issues. Everything I've gotten from him or bought from him has been what it says it was. But hold up. We got another one first. We'll save this one for last, and there's a reason for that. We're going to go with this one next. This is one that I got from, who the hell did I get this from? Midway USA. Now, this is my first time doing any business from them. It is a knife retailer that specializes in, like, discounts. Like, you know, they don't have a great selection of knives, but they've got some fantastic prices. And that's what I ended up doing on this one. This is my second go-around. Actually, bullshit. This is my third. No, wait a minute. Hold the fuck up. This would be my number 4th. My 4th one? 1, 2, 3. Wait, I think this might be number 4, baby. Don't quote me on that, as I just lost the goddamn knife. Hold up. What the fuck is going on, people? This is ridiculous. Oh, shit. Oh, well. Oh, there it is. Okay. This just might be the 4th time that I have added this one to the collection. I think it is, to be honest with you. This one is the AD15 from Cold Steel. Now, out of all the locking mechanisms that I've gotten over the years and in my collection, I still think that this one just might be my favorite. Now, granted, this one is the AD15 Lite. How we got to this point is I had an AD15 that I had modded. I had 2 of them. I had one that both of them were modded with original goat scales. Ended up selling one of them to the general public, and I ended up selling one to a friend of mine. When I felt that I wanted this knife back in the collection because I had anticipated buying some titanium scales, I originally reached out to the individual, my partner, my buddy, who I had sold it to, trying to see if he would sell it back to me. He did not want to entertain that, but it worked out because I ended up finding this one for about 40 bucks on Midway. Let's see. Okay. Yep. This one will break in just nice. Now, the light version comes in AUS 10A, which I don't mind, especially for the price point. Cold Steel has always done good on their 10A, AUS 10A. This one has got the polished blade. Black G10, which will be replaced with the titanium scales. So yeah, that is the reason why I decided to add this one back in the collection. So here she is once again at KnifeDope Studios. And then, like I mentioned, we've saved this one for last, and there's a reason for that. This is the knife that I ended up, as a matter of fact, this was my runner-up last year for my Knife of the Year voting. Ended up selling this knife, not this one that's in this box, but, you know, this model. I sold it to Sharif, my buddy, Mr. Sharif Manganis. And that was basically because he really wanted that knife. He had kind of teased me about it all year, if I was ever open to selling it, to let him know. So there came a point in time where I felt that I could let it go. But I missed the bitch, you know. I ain't never going to shit you. I did miss her. And so ended up working out this trade with Mr. Don from Facebook. God damn, this boy can pack some shit. So that's what's got us to this point. I'll tell you what I gave up for it momentarily. Let me do this right quick. This is kind of on the fly, people. This one is coming to us from Alliance Design, and it is the Kraken, baby. That's right. The Kraken is a Christensen Knife Works, Matthew Christensen design. I believe they are OEM by Riot. That's kind of the most I could find out about it when I did the video back in 2022 sometime. But yeah, this knife had such a profound effect on me. I was so impressed by it that I actually voted it #2 last year. It ended up losing out to the first place winner, which was this beauty right here, CKF Mini Justice, Tashi Barucha design. Absolutely stunning piece. But like I said, this one hung in there to the very end. We've got a single form of deployment, which is that nice thumb disc. As a matter of fact, this knife right here is what made me fall in love. Well, I ain't gonna say fall in love, but made me appreciate a thumb disc. Was this knife right here. We've got blasted, or maybe like a dark wash bolsters, titanium bolsters. This version's got a nice micarta inlay, like a green micarta inlay. Geared titanium backspacer, milled titanium pocket clip. Now wait for it. Woo! Detent is dialed the fucking. Look at that Japanese Tonto blade, people. We do have that gorgeous compound grind. So we got the hollow here in the main grind, flat at the tip. Nice swedge going down the spine of that blade as well. There goes the CK for Christensen Knife Works. Frame lock apparatus. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Now, you know, this is going to make only the second Christensen knife I've got in my collection. Used to have several more, but ended up selling them. Most recently, I ended up grabbing this one at Blade Show. Really has not found the pocket, though, so this one might be on the chopping block. This one is the Chevron. Great knife, but just might not, you know. I got tons of shit, people. What do you want me to tell you? But this one, I don't think is leaving anytime soon. Ended up giving up 2 knives to get this one. I ended up trading my my Miguron Miro, which I felt was actually Miguron's best knife to date. And then I gave up another favorite of mine, which was the Asher Akuto. So 2 for 1 is what got this one back in the collection. I think I've given up, well, this is still a work in progress as far as that goes. And this one cost me about 40 bucks. So yeah, 3 knives back here at KnifeDope Studios, and it feels goddamn good. You know, I think I've perfected the art of the re-up, you know? And I take pride in that, goddammit. If you love something, you should free it. And if it returns, it was meant to be. But more importantly, I want to know what you fuckers think. Do you guys rebuy knives? Tell me all about it. Love you, mean it. Until the next time. Cut something. Cut someone. Just don't cut yourself. Stay dangerous, fuckers.